Welcome to part 2 of Web Design's Lesson 5 project. In this video, we're trying to install an environment that's going to run PHP for us. And to do that, we're going to download and install XAMPP. XAMPP is a PHP server. So basically all we need to do is get to this web page. On our Schoology page, I have this link for XAMPP. So you can just click this and get right to it. Another way to get there would just go to www.apachefriends.org and you should land on this page. So what we want to click on here for our MacBook is this button right here. So I'm going to download and install this on OS X. If you're installing this on one of our PCs in the computer lab, you would be doing it with this button, and the process is pretty much identical for both Windows and Mac. So I'm going to go to my downloads folder. At the end of part 1, I encourage that you get the download started because it takes a little while. And we're just going to simply double click on this to open it. And then you'll see the package right here, and you'll double click this to open it. And then you'll probably get a message to say, do you trust it? Yes, go ahead and click open and dismiss that. The rest of that takes a little while to download, so I'm going to cancel out of this. And what you can do is just click next, 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 all the way until the installer is finished, and that takes a few minutes. So to speed this tutorial along, I'm just going to say that at the very end you want to launch your server so that you have this in your tray down here, and it'll look like this. So this is the welcome page. This is the control panel for your Apache server. So we're going to click on Managed Servers here, and you'll see Apache Web Server is running. If not, click Start over here, and it should turn green for you. If not, let me know and I'll help you get it set up. Alright, I'm just going to shrink this down. We really don't need to do anything with it anymore. So I'm just going to go ahead and close this, and if you're installed, we can now set up Aptana to work with it so that we can run a PHP web page. So I'm going to open up Aptana, and I'm going to actually create a second project for this. So I'm going to right click on this, select PHP project, and this is important. We're going to call this first PHP. I guess we can just leave it as that. But then we actually have to change the location to be on our server. This will be the simplest setup. So I'm going to click on Applications, and when I scroll down through my applications, you're going to see an XAMPP folder. So here it is, way down at the bottom, XAMPP. I'm going to go ahead and double click this, and where we're going to save our stuff here is in htdocs. So this is going to be where our project is going to be moved to. So in here, we're going to make a folder just for our project. So I'm going to click on the New Folder button, and I'm going to select, or I'm going to type in Lesson 5 and click Create. Alright, then I'm going to click Open to select that folder, and this is where our project's going to live for the remainder of this tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and click Finish, and now I see First PHP up here in the top. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that this thing is working, and I'm going to set it up so that I can preview to this. So I'm going to select the project folder, and I'm going to right click and select Properties. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Preview Settings, and we're not going to use the built-in server. I'm actually going to create a new server. It's going to be a simple web server, so I'm going to click on this right here, and I'm going to name it something. I'm going to name it Apache Web Server. And where this is going to be located is at a place called localhost. Alright, so that just basically means this particular Mac. Alright, so I'm going to put this in here, and then I'm going to set where my files can be found. So I'm going to browse to that, and here's my Lesson 5 folder. Just to make sure we're in the right spot, I'm in Applications. I'm going to scroll down to XAMPP. I'm going to click htdocs, and I want to make sure that Lesson 5 is selected. If that's the case, go ahead and click OK, and I should see that listed right here in this box. So basically my files are on our server here. Let's go ahead and click OK, and click Apply, and then click OK again. Alright, now let's make a PHP page. So I'm going to just right click in here, click File, and I'm going to name this, let's call it test.php, and then I'm going to go ahead and click Finish. Now let's grab a test PHP page from the W3 Schools page, so w3schools.com, and I know they've got examples of PHP in here. Here it is, Learn PHP. All right, so if I click on Learn PHP, I can just copy their example page right here. Copy everything, and we're just going to paste it right into here, and then click Save. Now let's go ahead and click our preview icon. Oh, we didn't set up one more thing. All right, so right now we have to make this say Lesson 5 right there, and it's running. All right, so one other thing to make sure that our project runs correctly is we have to know that it's in the Lesson 5 folder. All right, so I'm going to go back here to first PHP. I'm going to go to Properties. I'm going to click Preview. I'm going to go ahead and select my Apache web server and edit it. All right, so the base URL is going to be Lesson 5, just like that, and then click OK. And apply, and OK. Let's try that again. So now I'm going to click Test, and I'm going to click Preview, and it goes straight to our web page. All right, if that's the case, now what we can do is take the index page that we built in the previous tutorial, and we can copy that into first PHP. And this is the HTML page. So we're going to make a PHP page that follows suit with this. So I'm going to create that in the next tutorial. But if you have this all set up, you should be ready to roll with the rest of this presentation. Okay, so if you have any problems with that, let me know. I will help you get it set up.